In the U.S., there are about 18.14 million children living in single-parent households. About 20%, 3.05 million, are single-father homes.
I didn't realize it until you know, I had noticed, I word that my child was conceived.
A father's natural role is to be the leader, provider, protector, teacher, the one who guides, and is a critical piece to the development of any child, whether boy or girl.
I was like, it's not about me anymore. I actually got some responsibility on the way. I kind of looked at the cards on the table and I'm like, hey, what have I been doing?
In a case study by Dr. Gabriella Gabi and Francis Bamlico, it was determined that growing up without a father could permanently alter the brain, leading to a more aggressive and hot-tempered behavior. This is especially true to a father's role in his son's life, as statistics show 78% of men raised by two parents, or just the father alone, are never involved with the legal justice system.
You don't always make the right decisions, but I think the main thing is just kind of taking those lessons and trying to do the right thing as you go day by day. So
We've all heard or personally know of situations where a child's primary oversight has to lie with one parent or the other. A common misconception is that of the two, mothers tend to make for a better parent than the father. However, in most cases, the parenting results of a single father, although surprising to most, outweigh that of a single mother.
I guess society, when it comes to single fatherhood, it has its nuances. Although I think it's more common today than people may consider. Most of my friends, they have custody of their children. They're raising them. Most people may think that, I guess a single father may not be as adequate to raise a child on his own or primarily.
In 2002, Chuck Eddy's research found that children brought up in single-mother homes are 5 times more likely to commit suicide, 9 times more likely to drop out of high school, 10 times more likely to abuse chemical substances, 14 times more likely to commit sexual assault, 20 times more likely to end up in prison, and 32 times more likely to run away from home than single-father homes when compared to a two-parent household. In fact, an earlier case study from 1998 by C.C. Harper and S.S. McClanahan showed that the strongest predictor of whether a person will end up in prison is that they were raised by a single mother, and current statistics back this up, as 96% of men alone, raised by single mothers, end up in jail or incarcerated.
Some people don't believe it, especially when you're dealing with, like I said, some of these professional or some of these entities that are there to help in general. As fathers, from my experience, we got to go a little bit further on kind of like, proving that, we're the, primary caregiver.
While statistics reveal that children have a better overall outcome in single-father homes compared to single-mother homes, many would argue that economics is the difference.
I think overall, having children helped me financially more than anything, because it gave me a sense of responsibility beyond myself. So it actually kind of gave me motivation, and anytime I'd probably have a thought about life, and man, if I can't do this or not, I'd think about them, and it keep me going. So that's been financially beneficial for me.
Multiple studies show that whether poverty, in either situation, is a factor or not, the results are that the most problematic children are a product of single-mother households. In terms of crime, 70% of inmates in state juvenile detention centers serving long sentences were raised by a single mother. Of those, 72% were juvenile murderers and 60% were charged with juvenile sexual assault.
Parental alienation, that's a big deal. I hope that's not a wide issue with everyone else. I have faced that in my time being a parent, and it just and a lot of times when there's emotions involved, and it's just a lack of understanding on certain things. People tend to, you know, feel like there's a sole ownership of the child, and maybe they may not agree with some of the things that you um, deem fitting. But the way I look at it now is, I just want to make sure that he's ready for life and ahead of him and be able to get out there and, create something for himself and be as prepared for society as possible.